Coach Kimmy here, and I'm so excited to be here with you. Today we're going to talk about adversity and hardship. Right? Who hasn't went through adversity and hardship? Let me tell you, it's pretty common. And one of my favorite things that John Maxwell has said is, good management of bad experiences leads to great growth. Let's say that again. Good management of bad experiences leads to great growth. Are you going to have bad experiences? Yes. You could guarantee in your life you're going to have trauma, chaos, confusion, pain, hurt, rejection. We're going to feel lonely. We're going to feel betrayed. We're going to feel all kinds of things because no one said this life was going to be easy. So adversity and hardship. Now, Nelson Mandela had a lot of tough years of being in jail for a crime he did not commit. I mean, that is a tough one. But this is what he says. It's a tragedy to lose the best years of your life, but you learn a lot. He went through great tragedy, suffering, knowing that he didn't belong in there. But guess what? He learned a lot, and he became an incredible influence and leader after. He wasn't bitter, he wasn't angry. So his story is really incredible. If you really want to encourage yourself, I think it's so important to know the law of relativity. That's a universal law of the world. So relativity means that we compare things to something else. If you're stuck in your own head thinking my life is so bad, nothing goes good in my life, everything happens bad, like, okay, so my mom got sick, and then my dog got sick, and then my best friend, they got into a car accident. What next is going to happen? Well, I just want you to know that when negative thought and a negative emotion always equal negative results. And it's almost like we have this law of attraction around us, like we're energy. What do I mean by that? I remember I used to be freaked out when people told me I'm energy. I'm thinking, what does that mean? And no, I'm not. I'm human. I'm flesh. This is skin. It's not energy. But the truth of it is energy. Everything is always vibrating. That's how God designed the world. It's if you look under a microscope, you'll always see everything moving. So energy is like electricity, right? You don't see electric. It's all around us. But if it has a wire that it can run through, a conduit that can brighten a light, because that electricity is traveling through something, they can encase that electric in something. If you walk on a rug, you tap somebody, you get a shock because you have energy inside of you. And there was this little energy thing that I had that if you touch the two sides, it shows the energy that you have inside of you. Good energy attracts good. Bad energy attracts bad energy. So that's why, like, if one bad thing happens and another, and all of a sudden your mindset just starts to get negative. And then what happens is you'll see everything from a negative perception and you'll have negative energy. So that's what we want to change. We want to stop. We want to say no. Like, okay, that bad thing happened, but something good is going to come out of it, right? Yes, and then even if something happens with your dog, like life happens. People get sick. Maybe you need to change his food. Maybe you need to make sure that you're walking him. Maybe he's sick because he doesn't have exercise, or he's not eating properly, or eating good nutrition, or you're feeding him too many treats, right? I know when my cats get sick, it's because I gave them too many treats. So we always have to remember, we can compare it to something else. So that's what I was talking about, is relativity. We always want to know that, listen, it could always be worse. So we want to look at the better side, say, well, at least my situation's not like that. At least it's here. I want it to go here, but at least it's not there. And this way we're comparing. And then we could have a better mindset. Wayne Dyer, one of my favorite quotes too. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Start changing the way you look at things so the things you look at change. I hope you enjoyed this. And this is about adversity. This is about relativity. So we need the positive thought, positive emotion will always equal a positive result. So remind yourself, I'm enough. I've always been enough, and I'll always be enough. This is Coach Kimmy, and I love to serve you and be of service in any way. Have a wonderful day.